Yo, welcome to the show. It's Boston's Banter with Frank the Bank and Keith KLava. You know the answer. Talking sports, breaking down the play so raw. From the Celtics to the Sox, we giving you the score. Catch the vibe, we coming live. Filling up your feed, let the passion thrive. Every dunk, every run, we analyze the moves. Shout out to the fans, feel the rhythm and grooves. From Gillette to the Garden, we ain't missing a beat. Frank and KLava bring the fire, can't accept defeat.
What up? Welcome back to Boston's Banter, where the sports are wicked and the banter is pissa. I'm your host, Frank the Bank. With me, as always, is Keith KLava, LaCava. What's going on? Masataka Broshida.
I like that one, Frankie. Nothing much. Marcus Mary Broda.
Mary Broda in the house. We got some cool stuff to talk about today, especially the Red Sox.
Yes, sir.
Let's jump into the Wicked Pissah news. What do you got for me, Keith?
Here we are, Frankie. Wicked Pissah news again, man. We're going to start off with one notable NBA move from this past week. So the Hawks have acquired Lou Dort from the Thunder in a 3-team deal that sends 3 second-round picks to the Thunder and former number 1 overall pick in the 2024 NBA draft. I'm going to try to say his name correctly. Zachary Rizache gets dealt to Dallas and Ryan Nembhard to Atlanta in that 3-team deal. So Lou Dort going to Atlanta, getting a good defensive player there.
Yeah, that's a good for Atlanta, honestly.
But yeah, Frankie, dude, let's get into those Red Sox.
We got a lot to talk about. We got a lot to talk about.
Dude,
honestly.
We were dogging on them just about a month ago.
We're always going to be fans, like we said, but they were playing like absolute Duke, and now they're third in the East,
above 500.
So that's something we're going to talk about too. So they're finally again over 500 this week. It's the first time since opening day. They're 51-48 right now, third in the AL East. It's been crazy,
dude.
This run has been unbelievable. So 14-0 in the last 14, which is now our second best winning streak in history. Yep. If we win tonight, if the game's not rained out, we'll tie our best in franchise histrry.
Bro, since 1946.
Ted Williams and company, baby. Come on.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
It's like, so it's crazy. You look at it like that. 15 straight would be insane. I mean, 14 straight's been insane. I mean, it's been really insane what they've done.
They're
honestly.
in the wild card right now.
Right now, it's like, yeah, it's crazy. So another thing that over the last 27 games, we have actually had our best record, tied our best record in franchise history for a 27-game span. 22-5 in the last 27.
Wow.
And that was our best 27-game span in our history. That was in 2018 when we won the World Series.
Yep.
So it's like just watching them do what they do, it's been insane. Like,
the resiliency has been real, bro.
Oh, I hope they keep this fire going all year. And you know, you don't have a ton of notable guys, but they're all playing like, you know, above where they, you know, expected to be. And you got to love the underdog story that they're doing.
Absolutely. Right now. No Crochet, no Roman Anthony, bro. They're looking real good.
They have no Trevor Story either.
Trevor Story, yeah, he's
so
another
it's like
one.
Your biggest name guys aren't even playing. And it's like Wilson Contreras has been stepping up.
Abreu.
Come on, man. He's been killing it.
The pitchers.
Oh, the pitching's been unbelievable. Toley's been unreal. Sonny Gray.
Jake Bennett.
Sonny Gray got, you know, an all-star. You know, I mean, he should have been an all-star. Let's be real. Like, that was crazy that he didn't get that.
Right.
He had the best record in the league.
Absolutely.
Crazy. So yeah, I mean, let's just jump into it. After the All-Star break, 10-0 win over the Rays, a 5-3 win over the Rays, and a 7-6 win over the Rays. So in that game, the 7-6 game, we were the only team in the MLB without a comeback of 3 or more runs this season until this game. We were down 3 going into the 7th. We're the only team in the MLB. We've come back from 2, we've come back from 1, but never 3 or more. So now that's gone. So because of that was unbelievable. He had 2 in that game.
And he had 2 the game before.
I'm saying he'd be going crazy, honestly. And then a 6-1 win over the Rays. And then last night, the back and forth with the Orioles, and Caleb Durbin comes up big in the 8th with a home run, bottom of the 8th. Gives us the 6-5 win.
Can we show a clip of that real quick?
Yeah, please do. That was crazy.
From Wells. Swinging a high fly ball left field. This is deep. Back it goes. Yes, sir. It's out of here. Home run. The Durbinator touches them all. The Red Sox on top. Again. 6-5. Unbelievable.
You just can't get rid of him.
His 10th home run of the season. And the bottom of the 8th to put the Sox in front again.
Well, 1-0 cutter, elevated middle. See ya.
I mean, again,
get goosebumps watching that stuff.
It's nuts, dude. If we win the next 2 against the Orioles, who have been streaking recently too, they've been playing pretty good. If we can beat them the next 2 games, we'll have our best winning streak in franchise history. If we win 1 more, we'll have the first 15-game win streak in the MLB since 2021 when the Cardinals did it. So, I mean, it's been quite the friggin' run compared to what they were, it's been amazing. And
Dude.
they're just grinding them out.
First time since 2006, too, we've swept 4 straight series.
It's been unreal. So it's been really fun to watch. Everyone's getting into it again. Obviously, you know, I've been wearing the hat, you know, pretty much all season.
Yep.
We're always going to be fans, you know what I mean? It's awesome to see them playing this way because that's what you hope for your team, you know?
Right, and when your team's doing bad, you got to be a critic. They're turning it around in the most impressive way I think I've ever seen as a baseball fan.
Oh, it's been crazy, honestly. How they've played now versus what they were before. I mean, the pitching's been okay for the most of the year, but now it's like the quality start after quality start. It's been insane, honestly. And a bunch of lefties doing it. I like that. I like that
Yes,
a lot of lefties.
sir.
So one last thing about the Sox, though, like I kind of track this stuff, but if you started betting on the Sox and then just kept redoing your bet, like just pushing it, letting it roll, letting it slide, whatever you want to call it, letting it ride. If you started with $100 on this win streak and then just kept pushing it and letting it ride, and you'd have $531,000 right now. You know what I mean? Isn't that crazy? I mean,
That is crazy.
Once you got up to a huge number, though, it'd be hard to keep risking it.
No,
But that's,
of course.
that's crazy, though. Let's jump over to some NFL stuff. We got some crazy stuff going on in the
Yeah,
NFL like
man.
usual.
So we got a story regarding a
crazy.
burglary at a very notable NFL player's home.
While he was there.
Yes, sir, and him and his family, and thankfully nobody
crazy.
was hurt, so
I
let's
know.
break it down. So apparently, Eagles running back Saquon Barkley and his family were home when there was an attempted burglary this past Saturday morning. And according to police, at least one suspect entered the house, but thankfully, like I said, Barkley and his family were unharmed, and nothing appeared to be taken. Barkley is the latest victim in recent home invasion incidents that also include Thunder star Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and WNBA star Sabrina Ionescu. And within the last 2 years, other NFL stars have had their homes burglarized as well,
I
including
remember that.
Chiefs stars Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce, and even Bengals quarterback Joe
I
Burrow.
remember that one, too.
Yep, definitely a scary situation, and again, glad him and his family were unharmed. But you got to
crazy.
take these things seriously, man. We all remember the Sean Taylor incident. Man,
That's
people
crazy,
need to get jobs and stop being pieces of shit.
That's insane, yeah.
And then, frankly, we got 2 notable extensions I'm going to bring up real quick. So the Packers signed defensive tackle Devontae Wyatt to a 3-year, $57 million extension. He's had at least 4 sacks the last 3 seasons. In Green Bay, obviously, they need some assurance up front, especially with the Micah Parsons injury. And then the Dolphins signed linebacker Jordan Brooks to a 3-year, $51.3 million extension with $35 million guaranteed. But I don't care, man. They're still going 0-17.
I love that, yeah.
And then, Frankie, I just got some free agency signings from this past week. So, Dolphins, again, they signed former first-round draft bust wide receiver Jalen Reagor to a 1-year, $1.215 million contract. And again, I'm going to say it, bro. The signing Jalen Reagor, bro, they're going 0-17.
That's not helping that much.
Browns signed former Ravens speedster wide receiver Tylan Wallace to a 1-year, $1.4 million deal. Steelers signed tight end Robert Tonyan to a 1-year, $1.3 million deal. He reunites with his quarterback from his
Yeah,
Packer days,
yeah,
Aaron
of
Rodgers.
course.
Commanders signed veteran wide receiver Van Jefferson to a 1-year, $1.4 million deal. And the Colts signed cornerback Cam Taylor-Britt to a 1-year deal to pair him with Sauce Gardner, Charvarius Ward, and potentially replace Kenny Moore in the nickel.
Not bad.
So, Frankie, that's all we got for Wicked Pissah News, brother.
Love it. So, yeah, great Wicked Pissah News. Red Sox killing it. You got to love it. Let's jump into a lava round. We got NFL 2026 prediction, passing leaders, rushing leaders, all that. Let's jump right into it. Scoring leaders this year. Why don't we start off with passing yards? Who you got leading the league in passing yards of this upcoming season?
Yes, sir, Frankie. And I'm going to be taking our boy, Patriots quarterback Drake May.
I like that.
So coming off a huge 2025 season, only his second year in the league, second runner-up in MVP voting, helped lead the Pats to the Super Bowl after a few years of mediocrity, and was even 4th in the league in pass yards.
he
And
was.
that was with less talent than they have this upcoming season. The Patriots obviously brought in wide receivers Romeo Doubs and, of course, A.J. Brown to
of course.
add with Mac Hollins, Pop
I knew you were
Douglas.
going this road. I like
You know what
it.
I'm saying?
I like it.
But you add them with Mac Hollins, Pop Douglas, Kyle Williams, and Kayshawn Booty, barring any trade with him. And that's a stacked wide receiver room right there. And then throw in tight ends Hunter Henry and 6'7" rookie tight end Eli Raridan with dynamic pass catching back Travion Henderson. Drake May could easily lead the NFL in pass yards this upcoming season and maybe even win MVP. The Patriots may have a bit of a tougher schedule, but they have the talent to contest and be legitimate contenders again, Frankie.
I like that. I like that a lot.
sir.
I'm actually going to go Dak Prescott. I hate to say it, but
Prescott.
hey, Dallas going to be playing from behind a lot like they always do. The guy was 3rd in the league last year in passing yards. CeeDee Lamb missed 7 games.
Yeah,
CeeDee Lamb?
That's a good point.
You know what I mean? He missed 7 games. You know what I mean? That's crazy.
Yeah.
If CeeDee Lamb's there, how many more yards would he have had? He probably would have won that last year. So if CeeDee Lamb stays healthy, George Pickens went crazy last year. They should be playing from behind a lot. You know what I mean? To me, it's like that seems like a pretty easy one to me. So Dak Prescott,
Good
that's
point.
who I'm going with. I
You
hope
look at it
Drake
that
May.
way, right.
I hope Drake May takes it, but at the end of the day, he didn't have CeeDee Lamb, and he still was third in the league.
That's a
crazy.
good point, Frank.
You
I
know
didn't
what I mean?
realize that. So
Yeah,
actually, okay. I was kind of like Dak Prescott.
I mean, he led the league before in passing, I think, once. But it's still, he could go crazy with those two. Pickens and CeeDee Lamb are nasty. So
and Jake Ferguson's pretty
Ferguson's
nasty down
great.
the field,
Yeah,
too.
I mean, and Javonte in the backfield. They have a good offense. The defense is going to let them down like they always do, but that's why they throw for so many damn yards.
You're right. You're right. Playing from behind,
Yeah,
Frankie.
absolutely. So why don't we jump over to passing touchdowns? Who you got there, Keith?
Frankie, for pass touchdowns, I'm going to be taking Bengals quarterback Joe Burrow.
He was up there on my list, too.
So Burrow's coming off an injury-plagued year where he only played in 8 games, only thrown 17 touchdowns.
Yes, sir.
That is just 1 year removed from him playing a full season in 2024 and leading the NFL with 43 touchdowns. And that was with the Bengals being middle of the pack in terms of strength of schedule. Going into this season, Frankie, the Bengals have a top 5 easiest schedule, and if Burrow can stay healthy, he has the weapons to lead the league in pass touchdowns again, including star wide receivers Jamar Chase and T. Higgins.
Of course.
And people will say, what about Chase Brown? He was a 1,000-yard rusher. You know, he's obviously going to do some numbers for you, but he excels in the pass game
catches
more.
a lot, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. He had 5 receiving touchdowns, and Brown only had 4 games with 90-plus rushing yards last season, and that was with Burrow hurt. This team heavily relies on the passing game, even inside the 20. Out of Burrow's 17 pass touchdowns, 14 of them came inside the 20-yard line, and 9 of them even inside the 10-yard line, Frankie. Like I said, he stays healthy. He's got a great chance to lead the NFL again in pass touchdowns.
I like that too, honestly. He was up there on my list, but I'm going with a repeat champ, Matt Stafford.
Stafford. Okay,
he
you
had
got the
46 touchdowns last year.
Yep.
46.
You got the weapons.
Do you know who was second? Jared Goff. He had 34, 12 less. You know who was third? Your boy Drake May.
Of course.
So you love Drake May. Hope he wins it all and hope we win everything. But at the end of the day, Stafford had 46. Have you ever seen an offense from the 1-yard line throw more touchdown passes? I haven't.
That's what I'm saying.
Devontae Adams caught so many damn touchdowns from the 1-yard line.
Within the 5, yeah.
It's like crazy. Anywhere inside the 5, exactly. So to me, it's just to have 12 more touchdowns than anybody else. It's like, almost one a game more than everybody else.
That's
if you look
right.
at it that way, I mean, it's really 0.8 or whatever it is, but it's crazy amount. So to me, I think Stafford's going to throw the most again. They're an offense that loves to throw it, especially inside the 5. Nobody does it more than them. So, and they have 2 phenomenal receivers, Puka and Devontae.
Right.
And they have weapons all over. So to me,
that's a good prediction.
That's who I'm going with. Why don't we jump over to running backs? Who are we gonna go with for rushing yards, Keith?
Yeah, so Frankie, this guy's not in a timeshare anymore. I mean, they did bring in
you're
somebody
going
else.
the same way I'm going.
So I'm going Lions running back
Jahmyr Gibbs, of course. This is no brainer.
Great minds think alike, bro.
No-brainer.
Like I just said, Gibbs and David Montgomery, the dynamic Lions running back duo known as Sonic and Knuckles, have split up with Montgomery joining the Texans via trade earlier this offseason. And that factor alone could play a significant role in Gibbs potentially leading the league in rush yards this upcoming season. Gibbs was 7th in the NFL in rush yards last season and had 9 games with 15-plus carries, and that was with somewhat of, like I said, a shared committee. And him and Montgomery played in all 17 games last season.
Oh, yeah.
Lions also had one of the toughest schedules this past season, and he still put up over 1,200 rush yards with another running back getting 150-plus carries, dude.
It was crazy. So 1,223 yards last year he had, and Montgomery put up 716.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
That ranked him in the top 30 also, which
Yep.
is, to me, those are all up for grabs now.
Right.
It's that's crazy. So, I mean, that's why I have him in there too. No doubt about it.
But,
buddy.
dude, Frankie, now going into this season, the Lions have one of the, if not the easiest schedule, and
they
I don't
do.
see Isaiah Pacheco getting 150-plus carries.
Hell no.
So factor in all that and Gibbs' explosiveness and speed, he could easily lead the league in rush yards this season.
Yes.
And don't get me wrong, obviously you
couldn't
think of
agree more.
guys like Bijan Robinson and that.
Bijan could do it too. Don't get me
easily
wrong. He's
could.
unbelievable too.
But how explosive Jahmyr Gibbs is, and Bijan is too, but I just think
Yeah.
in the factor where now he's going to be the main guy running the rock
I
back
love
there.
it. Yeah, I love
I
it.
could see it over there.
I said it in his rookie year that one day this kid would lead the league in rushing yards. His rookie year, I said that he looked that explosive. Why not this year? The
I think
kid's
it could
unbelievable.
be. I think it
and
could
that's
be.
who I have down here. So same thing. That's funny. Why don't we jump over to rushing touchdowns? And actually, let me jump in here. I'm going to go first. I'm actually going back to back. I'm saying Jahmyr Gibbs again.
Jahmyr Gibbs!
I'm saying him again. So, again, clean sweep for Jahmyr Gibbs. I think he's going to go crazy this year. He was tied for 4th in the league last year with touchdowns, 13 of them, okay? Only 5 off the league leader, which was JT. He had 18. Who was going crazy? But Montgomery was tied for 15th in the league, vulturing 8 of his touchdowns. So
there you go.
There's 8 touchdowns up for grabs right there.
Right.
It's
That's a good point.
You don't need that. He was 15th in the league and he was fourth. They had 2 running backs in the top 15 in rushing touchdowns last year.
That tells you everything you
That's
need to know.
all you need
that
to know.
guy's gone.
That's why I like that even better than the rushing yards. So
Really good
I'm
point.
taking Jahmyr Gibbs there. So why don't you tell me who you're taking for rushing touchdowns?
Man, even though this dude screwed me in the fantasy Super Bowl last year, man, he killed me. I'm going to be taking Ravens running back Derrick Henry,
yeah,
bro.
I like it.
So this guy is always a threat to lead in numerous categories. He
second
was
last year
actually
in
second.
touchdowns.
He was second in rush yards and rush touchdowns. He was in the top 2 of rush yards and touchdowns the last 2 seasons, and basically single-handedly, like I just said, caused my demise in the fantasy championship in your league
That
this
was
past
crazy.
season. 57 points, bro, in fantasy. He had 16 rush touchdowns this past season, only 2 behind league leader Jonathan Taylor.
Yep.
And he led the league in 20-plus yard runs with 17, and especially with Lamar Jackson's recent injury history, missing 4 games this past season, I'm sure the new coaching regime in Baltimore want to reserve their quarterback's health and let King Henry power in those goal line runs. Ravens also have an easier strength of schedule, and he should be looking at another monster year and put up a ton of rush touchdowns. Also, Frankie, there's not much running back depth after Henry on the Ravens depth chart. Henry had 300-plus carries last season. You know who the next man up was? Justice Hill, and he only had 18 carries, bro.
That's crazy.
And that's still just their depth chart.
Yeah, that's wild.
So I'm telling, and they got rid of Keaton Mitchell. So I mean, if anybody else, he could have probably got some carries too. But no, it's Derrick Henry and Justice Hill. That's why I think Derrick Henry's going to lead the league in rush touchdowns.
I like that pick. Let's jump over to receiving yards, and let me go first here,
for it, brother.
just because you already brought up some of these stats for Joe Burrow. You know, I'm taking Jamar Chase.
I'm
this
taking
year.
Jamar
Really?
Chase,
Oh,
too.
okay, I like
That's
that.
right,
I like
bro.
that. So, I mean, again, you talked about it. Burrow missed more than half the year last year. You know what I mean? Like, why? Jamar Chase was unbelievable last year. He had 1,412 yards with straight up bums thrown on the football.
3 different quarterbacks.
He was 4th in the league.
That's what I'm saying.
Joe Burrow played 7 games. It's like, what? Put the house on it. Put the rent on it. Like, that seems like a no-brainer. If they both stay healthy, how could they not? Honestly,
Bro, he had Jake Browning and Joe Flacco throwing his way when Joe Burrow was hurt, and he was still putting up those
he was
numbers.
4th in the league last year, and Burrow is one of the top quarterbacks in the league when healthy. Like, it's like. Seems like a no-brainer to me. This kid is uncoverable.
But the fact with 3 different quarterbacks, he still posted over 100 receptions and 1,400-plus receiving yards speaks volumes, especially with Cincy, like we were talking about with Joe Burrow. They have the top 5 easiest schedule this upcoming season, and I think will make for another stat-filled season by Chase, bro.
There's no doubt he's going to go off this year. As long as they stay healthy, again, knock on wood, this kid's going to go animalistic.
Absolutely.
Same thing with Burrow. I think he's going to go crazy, too.
Absolutely.
Why don't we jump over to receiving touchdowns? Who you got there, Keith?
I'm going to be taking another Patriot, Frank. I'm actually taking A.J. Brown.
Yeah, he's up there on my list, too. I like him.
Now, obviously a little biased because I'm a diehard Pats fan,
course.
but this man is known to put up numbers even with inconsistent quarterback play, which he won't have this year, obviously, with our boy Drake May. He's had 7+ touchdowns the last 4 seasons, and he's never had under 5 touchdowns in a season. He only had 5 once in 2021 with the Titans. He can now showcase his deep ball skill set with a quarterback in Drake May who excels at the deep ball, and with head coach Mike Vrabel at the helm for the Pats, his head coach from his Titan days, obviously. Vrabel knows how to utilize him and got great numbers out of him as a young player, and I truly believe we can expect big things from A.J. Brown his first year in New England as a veteran player. With him growing up a Pats fan as well, and now playing for them, it's a dream for him. I'm pretty certain he's more than motivated to put up some stellar numbers in a Patriot uniform. I'm excited for A.J. Brown this year, bro.
I love it.
I'm going to say he's going to probably have 13+ touchdowns.
I mean, he's going to need it to break that. I mean, to lead the league, in my opinion, but that's a no-brainer. I mean, he could definitely do it, too. So, you know, when he played with Vrabel before, he was an animal. So let's get it. Hopefully he gets that. I'm actually going kind of like a long shot here is Trey McBride.
Ooh,
Mike LaFleur, new head coach. I mean, they're already talking about getting him the ball even more, even though he went crazy with Brissett as his quarterback. I mean, to me, it's like they're going to be playing from behind almost every game. It's like it's going to be bad. So they're going to have to feed him. I mean, Brissett could be a fantasy option again, too. Brissett was like a top 5 fantasy quarterback the second half of last year. And that's because McBride was getting crazy amounts of numbers. The kid had like the 4th most receiving yards in the league as a tight end. As a tight end. He had a ton of touchdowns, too. So I'm actually going to take him. I think he's obviously the best tight end by far in football. But it's just how the team and their scheme and what they're about. It's like they're going to be playing from behind. This kid's going to get the ball a million times. Him and Brissett have great chemistry. So it's a long shot for a tight end to win that. Receiving times, but I'm saying you've seen it before. I think it could be this year for McBride.
Not only that, bro. Last time a tight end led the league in receiving yards was Rob Gronkowski, and you know what? He was a 99 in Madden. Trey McBride, this upcoming Madden, is a 99 overall.
Yeah. So I like him for the touchdowns this year. and just what Mike LaFleur brings, I like it. So
Absolutely.
Why don't we jump over to the defensive side of the ball? What do you got for the sack leader this year? I got a couple guys, but why don't you jump in the list first?
Yeah, Frankie, I'm going to be taking, this kid's a stud too. I'm going to be taking Lions defensive end Aiden Hutchinson.
I got him as one of my two.
Bro, that's what I'm saying. So this dude has been an animal in an offensive line record since entering the league in 2022. He's compiled 43 sacks in 4 seasons. Mind you, that's 56 games. And in 2024, where he only played in 5 games due to that leg injury, he had 7.5 sacks.
Nuts.
He was on pace to break the season record, which obviously Myles Garrett has now. So he could have potentially had over 50 sacks to his name in 4 seasons. Last season, he was 4th in the league in sacks with 14.5, and that was with a tough schedule like we talked about with the Lions.
Yeah, absolutely.
Going up against some good old Lions too. And this season, the Lions, like we talked about, they have one of the easiest schedules, and I expect Hutchinson to put up monster numbers, bro. His snap count often exceeds 90% and consistently logs a high pressure rate. And early on in the season, he has been on pace, like I just talked about, to break the single season sack record. This kid has all the intangibles and traits of an elite pass rusher, and it will only get better as time goes on.
So I have him as one of my guys here. So I obviously put Myles Garrett because he had 23 sacks last year. Nobody was even like 6.5 sacks within close to him. So in the teams that they're playing, they should be out in front. They're going to have to throw. Garrett's going to get his, don't get me wrong. But I put Aiden Hutchinson for all the same reasons you just said. And because when you see anybody come back from a major injury, he fractured his tibia and his fibia.
He didn't slow down.
He was like, so it's like that first year back, he still was 4th in the league, right? They say the second year back is when you're fully recovered, right? This is his second year back, right? So if he did 4th in the league last year, you expect him to be better this year.
20 plus.
Because it's, again, you have a major injury. You still were great, but it's that second year after a major injury. You see it with running backs all the time. You see with guys like that. So after that second year, they come back, they're even better. So this is the second year back from a major injury. And then again, Myles Garrett, you know what I mean? Like, he's a safe bet, obviously. I mean, 6.5 more sacks than anybody last year. Crazy. So,
and Frankie, interestingly enough, like you just talked about Myles Garrett, Hutchinson and Myles Garrett, their first 4 years in the league look very similar in terms of sacks. Hutchinson, like I said, has 43 in 4 years, and Myles Garrett had 42 and a half.
That's
Hutch
crazy.
did play in 5 more games in that span, but still great company to be in, and you know it's good numbers for the Michigan kid.
No, I agree completely. So I like Aiden Hutchinson this year. And I mean, who knows? I mean, the Rams could be destroying teams by 20 points, and Garrett might not even play as much too. So the opposite's true. So it's like, I feel like Garrett's going to get his, obviously, but I think Hutchinson's, he could easily win it this year.
Absolutely.
So why don't we jump over to the INTs, the interceptions? Who you got there?
Yeah, Frankie, I'm actually going to be taking a safety here, and I got Texan safety Kalen Bullock.
Okay, I like
now,
that.
For starters, a safety has led the NFL with interceptions 3 of the last 4 seasons. Most recently, obviously, new Pat safety Kevin Byard when he had 7 for the Bears last season.
He won the season. I mean, he won the most in the league last year.
Exactly. So in 2 seasons so far in the NFL, Kalen Bullock has recorded 9 total interceptions for the Texans. Those are pretty damn good numbers for a young safety. Even with the Texans dealing with a tougher schedule this upcoming season, I can still see this kid making an elite jump and having another great season. Tied for 3rd in the NFL with 4 INTs last season, and he's only getting better.
Yeah,
this kid,
he's real good.
Dude, he tracks down deep balls like a wide receiver, and the Texans' elite #1 defense excels in getting pressure on opposing quarterbacks, which obviously forces them into bad throws. He can take advantage of that, and the Texans' secondary is loaded as well. The cornerbacks are great in man coverage, and that allows Bullock to play loose, trust his reads, and clean up any deep passes.
Yeah, not bad.
I could easily see this kid become one of the NFL's best safeties. He's part of an elite unit. I mean, not a lot of people talk about him, but I really could see him leading the league in picks this year.
I mean, I actually took somebody on their team last year. What's his name? I can't even think of his name, but I took
C.J. Gardner-Johnson before he got traded.
Yeah, before he got traded and fell off a cliff. But at the end of the day, for the same reasons, I mean, their defense is unbelievable. So I'm actually going J.C. Horn, Carolina.
Horn from Carolina. Okay.
I love what Carolina's done this offseason and last offseason. J.C. just signed a huge contract this past year. He's going to try to live up to it. Last year, he was tied for 2nd in the league, and that was with missing a game, and he was out half another game. So to me, like what they have going on there, this kid is unreal. He can cover anybody. So to me, I feel like what they've done, a lot of the, they made the playoffs last year, but their defense was huge for them last year.
Oh, absolutely.
So, and they've only signed more and gotten better on defense. I think this kid's going to have a great year. Again, tied for 2nd last year. So
he's a ball hawk.
See. Yeah, the kid's unreal. So
absolutely, Frankie. But yeah, man, we'll see what happens. Good predictions, brother.
You too. Another great show, another great live round. Wicked Pissah News. Red Sox going crazy, dude.
Yes, sir.
Love it, dude. And thank you guys for liking, subscribing, all the good stuff. And please keep sharing. We really do appreciate it. So
I have many things I want to talk about.
I mean, the show's over, man. We've already talked about everything we needed to.
Yeah, but But just curious though, like what did you want to talk about?
Hopes, dreams, fears.
Years?
Frankie, dude, I don't know what's going on, but how would you break it down for me?
You know what it is. Strange New World, Star Trek. You know I love these. Season 4 this week. I can't even wait. I'm a Trekkie. I'm always going to be, and I love these shows. So
One thing I never got into was Star
I
Trek,
love
but
it.
obviously huge following, and I'm never
Yeah.
going to knock it because
Yeah.
obviously legendary show, legendary movies.
Oh, I love it. I can't even wait, dude.
The SOS was a trap. Everyone out now.
Oh, Frankie, apparently we got to get the out of here. Let's do
This
it.
ain't right. From Bean Town to your town, stay Wicked Pissah.
From Foxborough to your bro, thanks for listening, everybody. We're going to see you next week. Oh, Frank! Or should I say Spock, actually. So you're out of here. Let me get up on out of here.